Hello, my name is Hector. Welcome back to How to Play FTB Revelation. I am in the Nether. I'm just being besieged by some blazers. What we are after is blaze spawners, and we are just going to quickly break it, which I know is there we go, which is pretty much a no-no usually in Minecraft. And there we have a ghast. Of course we do. Let's just get rid of you. No. There we go. Before you start shooting at us. So there we go. I have now 4 spawner shards. So each spawner will drop a spawner shard from actual editions. And that is what we are after. Because with that, we can make a spawner changer. And what does a spawner changer do? Well, funnily enough, it changes a spawner. But what we're going to go now is go back. So for this episode, we're going to be building a wither skeleton farm. And this is what I'm using. There are other ways of doing it, and we'll briefly talk about some of that. But I'm going to use a spawner changer to change an actual, just a vanilla spawner into a wither skeleton one, and then make it a resturbed spawner. That might sound gibberish to you right now, but it will make sense. So I'm going to head back home, back to the safety of the overworld, and we'll continue making this spawner changer there. I am here at my server's spawn area because they have an empowerer set up here from Actual Edition. So this is what we need. This is the thing that we need to make. We need an empowered diamantine crystal block. And basically what that is, diamantine is basically just diamond put through a atomic reconstructor, which you've already seen us do. You just make that into a block form, and then you get a diamantine crystal block, and then you need an empowerer. And the way an empowerer works, you need an empowerer, and then you need 4 display stands put 2 blocks apart, and these need to be powered. Not the actual empowerer, it's the display stands that need to be powered. And then what you do, to empower the crystal block, you need... certain blocks have certain recipes. This is some clay and some light blue dye. And then once you do that, there you go, you can see this has been empowered, as we say. Come on, do your thing. Oh, funnily enough, you can see there's a rendering issue there. Come on, this is fairly slow. But anyway, once this is done, the lights will stop and these things will go. There we go, and there it is. And you just click on that to get it now, and we have an empowered diamantine crystal block. So there you go. So these aren't too bad to make, and there's a bit of grind in regards to crafting, but if you've been following along, you should have no issue making one of these. But I just didn't want to make one because, well, there's one here. There's one here, so I'm probably only going to use it for this, but they're not that hard to make. They are not that hard to make. Right, let's go into here. This is the hub, because what we should actually be able to do now is if we use that, we should be able to. No, I don't have enough magma cream. Can I quickly? Have we got any in here? Can we make some? Have we not got any blaze? No blaze in here in the system. There is the tiniest bit. Okay, let me go get some blaze powder, and then we will make a spawner changer. There we go. Spawner changer is happening. So, other things we will need. We will need a drop of evil, and we'll also need another spawner. So, in total, we will need 5 spawners, okay? So, just keep that in mind. And that's how many we'll need. Now, because we want a wither skeleton, we now need to find one and put it into this spawner changer. Okay, that's how this works. So let's go back into the nether. There we go, and I'm right next to a nether fortress, but I can't obviously see any, because why would we? I can hear something. There's a weird creeper here. Look at that. What are you? Nitro creeper. Sure. Of course you are. There's of course a blaze. Let's just get our bow out. There we go. So I'm going to look around for a a wither skeleton. We shouldn't be that hard, but you never know with wither skeletons. Normally they sometimes hang around at the top. Oh, I killed a pigman by accident there. And a skeleton, a normal skeleton, of course. Why would there ever be a wither skeleton? Yeah, I'm not being lucky here. So let me find one, and I'll be right back. I finally found one after about 10 minutes of hunting. So you can see he's here right now. Boom, he's in there. You can see now, entity Minecraft wither skeleton. Placing crafting grid to clear storage. So obviously we don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. So I'm going to go back home now, and we're going to start making our wither skeleton spawner area. Right, I've built this little box here. There you go. So it's just, that's where our base is. That's where this is. Nice little just area. I've made a very simple box. Now, I've made a 9x9, which is a standard size for a mob farm. That's the general radius of a mob spawner. And I've made it 3 blocks high because a wither skeleton is about 2.5 blocks, I think, something like that. So we've got all of this here, and I've got some fans here, these mob fans. And each of these has 1 mob fan upgrade, and it'll have 3 of the power upgrades, so the distance modifiers. And that just means that it will push us right to this block here. And then once these are here, these will push the mobs into the mob masher. And the mob masher will have smite because it will kill any of the undead a lot faster. So 10 smites, 10 looting, and 10 beheading. Now the beheading is the big thing because that will allow us to get a mob skull every single time. Okay, so every single one will drop a wither skeleton skull, which is pretty nice. So that's why you put 10 in. That's basically a percentage. So 10 of these is 100% chance. Same with the looting, and that's just, it means they'll process really fast, like really fast. So, and this is here just because this fan will push them into the actual mob spawner. So that's just there just to get them out of it again, basically. So I think that is everything that we need, pretty much, to suss this out. What I've also done here is I've brought some black glass along like this. We're going to put this all up here like that. Now then, yes, let's do that there. There we go. So I want, if I put that there, will that open? Yes, because it's glass. Excellent. I've also brought another absorption hopper. So an absorption hopper, again, is, you might remember from my mob spawner tutorial that we did earlier in the series. It's another thing from the mob grinding utilities mod, which is brilliant for making mob farms. It is there. It's really hard to see sometimes. Some obsidian and an eye of ender, and it is just astoundingly brilliant. So what happens is, that is easterly direction. So east items, there you go, and that will now connect to our ender chest. So anything that it gets will go into this ender chest here, and that of course will go into our ME system. So that's very nice. We could also put a tank here because this also collects experience, and we might actually do that at some stage. I will see. So if you remember, we have let's actually put this down. We've got that. We've got the spawner changer, and we now need to get the spawner itself out. There we go. I can't actually jump holding this because of the mining fatigue and the slowness. That's brilliant. But thankfully, flight isn't affected by that, which is a little bit of a cheaty workaround. So we're going to put this down. We're going to put it down here. Then we're going to change the spawner to a wither skeleton vanilla spawner, basically, and then we're just going to click on it with a drop of evil. Okay, so bam, spawner changer, and bam, and that will just pop it off like that. And you can see now this is a resturbed mob spawner, and that just means that this is, and you can see grid power, and that's because this is extra utilities now, and it uses grid power. Now we've got enough grid power. It is almost night. It is probably a bit dark in here. Let's just light it up so you guys can see a little bit, just at least that much. So if we put this back down now, let's put that on. So there you go. I've put a redstone on. Okay, so what we can do now is let's come back over here. There we go. Let's get a lever. What we can do now is just attach a lever to it. And how come I've still got one? Does that not actually use the drop of evil? I thought it did. That seems... I'm sure it does. But I've still got a drop of evil there. Maybe it doesn't, and I've never noticed. Interesting. What we can also do is make some upgrades. So you can see upgrade speed. So that would be nice. We've got none of that. Why? Oh, I'm not in that for whatever reason. Have I got any of those things? No, I don't. So we need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Put these in the resonator. There we go. And I should put speed upgrades in here as well. We still have more than enough grid power with just using this, which is excellent. So I don't think we'll be hard done by for that. That is a little bit slow. Come on. But then basically this should all filter in here. If you remember, we've got this ender storage chest here, and that will filter everything into our thing. And you can see these are basically pretty much, well, they're half full, so actually we're still fine. And these, that's just about being used, so we're doing okay. We're doing more than enough. There we go. 4 of those upgrades. Let's chuck those in, and let's get that. Bam. 4 of those. Thank you very much. Let's go back up here, and I've put this here so we can get underneath there and switch it on or off. We can also put that in there. There you go. So that will spawn at a really good rate now. So let us, first of all, let's do that. And I know it's really dark. We'll sleep in a moment. Let's sleep the night away. There's no space for the sleeping. Really? Oh, come on. There we go. Much better. Let's get some light in so we can see what we're doing. There we go. Okay, so obviously it's a bit hard to see in there for you guys probably, but let's switch all of these on for a start. There we go. On. Let's switch the side ones on. The side ones don't have anything in them. They are just basic ones, but they are enough. Bam. And then obviously we click that on, so the mod masher is going. Lovely stuff. Let's switch this on. Let's see it working. There we go. There you go. And you can see that is basically pretty instant. Like, that immediately kills the wither skeletons, which is pretty excellent. They don't seem to be, weirdly, when they first spawn in, they don't seem to be, why are you standing there? That's a bit weird. That is a little bit odd. Maybe I need to move that one. Did I not put one in there, maybe? I feel that is just weird. Let's have a look. There's definitely a fan upgrade there, so I don't know why some of them seem unaffected by the fans. They are definitely all going. When they first spawn in, maybe I presume that fan is being halted by the actual thing. So I might have to. Okay, we can fix that. Let me quickly move that fan up 1 block. I moved the fan around, I'll show you in a second, but you can see I've already got 58 wither skeleton skulls, and you can see we're getting some drops of evil there, we're getting some wither ash, which looks very similar to flux, we're also getting necrotic bone, wither dust, and withered rib, and I think that's about it. I think those are all the drops that we are getting. Oh, and we're getting stone swords. So we're going to need to actually void these out of the system, because they're all rubbish. that is all rubbish, but you can see it's working quite nicely. I've got the 4 speed upgrades in there, and it's not like super fast. There are faster ways probably of doing this, but it gets to a point where, do you really need that many with the skeleton skulls? Probably not really. So you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, the fan works completely fine now. When it's 1 block up like that, that's totally working. So this is, I mean, it kills instantly. You can see we've already got quite a lot of XP there, and it just transfers immediately. So that is very, very handy. I like it. I like it a lot. Looks very good. Maybe we should also actually just do that for now. Just to fill that in as well. And that's a nice little, a very nice little farm. And obviously we can turn it off, which is the great thing about the resturbed mob spawner. Just as long as you put it to redstone on, you can basically switch it off, and that is a very nice little thing to have and to not worry about. Now, if you didn't want to use a resturbed mob spawner, there are other ways, and one of the ways is using industrial foregoing. You can use the mob duplicator, okay? And if you hold shift, oh no, that's not doing anything. When provided with power and essence and any entity in a mob imprisonment tool. So this is what that is. So you get one of these, get a mob inside it, pretty much like we did with the spawner changer, but then you put the mob imprisonment tool in the mob duplicator. And you can see it also said it needed essence. You get essence from a mob crusher. So this is another way, like instead of using a mob masher, you could, for instance, use a mob crusher. And there is also a mob grinder from Draconic Evolution, which pretty much does the same thing. It kills mobs. And this also basically, yeah, there you go. It will transform experience orbs into essence. So you sort of need to do a double thing to be able to power the mob duplicator. But you can upgrade that as well to make it go faster, and I'm guessing you might be able to make that go a fair bit faster than just this. There you go, with over a stack of Wither Skeleton Skulls. So there we go, that's a very easy way of getting a Wither Skeleton Skull farm going. Hopefully that's helped. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, a like or comment is very much appreciated, and of course make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the channel, because that would be rather lovely of you. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask them, and we'll see if we can get them sorted for you. Thanks so much. I've been Hector. This has been FTB Revelation, and I will hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.